Well, hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In this episode, we're going to look at the Robot Spirits RMS 106 Hi-Zack Federation colors. I've done the review already for the Titans version. I've got that video, check that out if you haven't seen it. But we're going to look at the Federation version, though it's mainly the same. It just has some cool new effect parts. We're going to look at the effect parts, compare to some older effect parts, maybe look at a bunch of effect parts I have there. All right, and to start, here is the original release, the Titans colors version. Love it. It's the green. You know, that's the cool thing about Zeta. And we got a new version, and it's mostly the same, but it's got some pretty neat effect parts. I mean, these effect parts are so neat that I feel like it just adds to the arsenal. It almost makes getting this one worth it in the first place. All right, so for a quick look at the accessories and the effect parts on this thing, we've got the typical Zaku gun here. And so this is the effect part. It's very new and different. I kind of like how this works because it's actually two separate pieces that I can hopefully pull. Yeah, there we go. It's sharp. You can stab yourself. Anyway, it's just this individual piece that plugs into here. Now, you know, the interesting thing is there's like kind of a molded area that you plug into, but I wonder if it could be potentially used on others. And maybe there's even a certain way it's supposed to go. But check this effect piece out. I really like it. Now, there's some others from some previous, and I'm going to compare those in a second, but let's look at all these other effect parts, because there's... All right, we have these side missile effect parts. I love that we see the smoke. The way it looks, you can see there's a little bit of blue in the paint there, just to give it more of an awesome animated look. And then it goes up to the missile here. This is something that is really awesome to have, just because this is just part of having that arsenal really look like it's in use on these mobile suits. Also, we've got the beam blade here, the animated one, and we've got beam blade for the beam saber. We've also got what could be from a beam blast as well. And they're kind of interchangeable. They sort of have the same endpoints here. And then, of course, thruster effect parts. I wonder how many of these I have now. Okay, so let's look. Here is some of the effect parts that I have, and I have tons of thruster effect parts. Now, most of them are actually already on mobile suits. For as many Robot Spirits mobile suits I have that can have these on, and it makes sense I do. And there's like two portions to it, to some of them. It has like just the regular thruster part, but then it has this other one you can put on some. So if we took, you know, this Hi-Zack, threw this on there. All right, and then you can see this, which, man, this looks all Zeta to me. Just seeing the thrusts look like that come out the back of the mobile suit, especially when you got some other action going on. I mean, I love how animated you can really make your setup, your shelf, your diorama, you know, pulling off scenes. So I'm really going to have to do that because look at all these parts that I am not using that could be in use. Another interesting thing is sometimes the difference of the blue in thruster effect parts. Sometimes they're like a deep blue, sometimes they're more clear. I wonder if it depends on the show or the anime, if they look like that. Here's another really deep blue one. And the other interesting thing, too, is some of them have an extra sort of ball joint, so you actually get more articulation out of it, which, I mean, it's crazy to look at this and be like, no, this isn't for Gunpla. This is for Robot Spirits. All right, just to look at some of these over here real quick. These are just pink effect parts. Bunch of different ones. Like, look how crazy this is. Look at this giant blast right here. I don't even remember what this goes to. I'll remember in a second. There's just so many. Oh, this is really cool to have, like, the explosions on stuff. I mean, I really need to play around and make more use of it. And, you know, depending on what you get, check this one out, where you see the little electricity kind of shoot out. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the other effect part we were looking at that came with this Hi-Zack is this right here we saw with the machine gun. It looks fantastic, actually. Yeah, let's get the gun and put it on. And, you know, when I first saw this in the package, I was like, oh, they're just giving us another, you know, machine gun effect part, which I have tons of already. For instance, here's one, and it's actually a different color. If you kind of can see from here, this has that clear yellow. This is a little bit more of an orange on here. The way it's made also fits on there, and that, you know, looks right. It looks good. There's also another one. You know, I really forgot what this came from. It's got to be something recent, but again, that plugs in. Just another option for machine gun effect parts. Love the way this stuff looks. That's not all. Here's another one. This one's a little longer at the end here. I wonder if there's a reason for that. But yeah, you can plug that in, and wow, that looks awesome too. So yeah, there's so many options. Oh, there's even more. I was about to say, there's so many options for how you can do these. Like this right here, how you have the blast here. Put it whatever way you want, I guess. That looks good. All right, smoke effect parts. Now, these are pretty cool. And we looked at them earlier. Now, to put them on, you actually take off a piece here. And it's probably something you can do with the original release. You could take that off and then take off the... there we go. Take off a little missile part in here. You can put the red back on and then slap this on. And there you go. To put it on the other one. So it's nice that they're interchangeable like that. I mean, they have to be. This is just a repaint. But looking at, the other smoke effect parts, I do have some others, actually. Most of the good ones came with the Alex, but there have been some others in some option part sets. We have this here. Let's see. This, I think, goes to the back of a rocket or something. There's attachment points that you can put on some of these, and I should be doing that with most of that I've set up, but I really don't. Especially like how cool this looks. Look at the smoke effect parts here. Look at this one. For so many different things, I don't even remember. Like, wow, look at this. Look at this rifle with this bayonet on there. That is actually pretty cool. Totally forgot what I got it from. And another one, I want to say Char might come with one of these, one of the Char Zaku's, Zaku 2. And then along with that are explosions. Oh, look, some other, I think this is more blast effect part though, but some other explosions that have hard points. We can connect them on to different shields and all that. Anyway, so that was just a quick look at the new Hi-Zack release. You know, we already know the articulations from a previous video, but the effect parts on it are pretty cool, and that allowed me to kind of dive into my other effect parts. Actually, I could probably do a video kind of expanding on the effect part types, all the different ones, how they're interchangeable with different robot spirits, and it's just crazy that Gunpla doesn't have that many effect parts. So let me know what you think below, and isn't it pretty crazy that the action figure line has so many effect parts that in the Gunpla doesn't, where you think they would be there with Gunpla. They kind of got it, and they're adding more, but it's very interesting. Anyway, shout out to the supporters that make this possible. If that's something you're interested in, check the links in the description below, or check out the YouTube memberships. There's like a join button for that. That helps out a lot. But also, there's a link to our Discord. We have a lot of fun there. But until next time, have a good one.